What's going on YouTube? JT is Reborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic book reviews. And in this video, we're going to be talking about Titans Beast World issue number 5. This one is written by Tom Taylor, art by Ivan Rice and Eduardo Pansica. This issue, we get the reveal of who Dr. Hate truly is, which I will admit was a genuine surprise to me, but it also kind of raises some questions, and I'm kind of mixed on it overall in some ways, because like I said, it is a nice surprise, but when you actually try to think about it, it kind of leaves you questioning what was kind of the point of this reveal in a way, but we'll get to that in a second. Artwork by Ivan Rice and Eduardo Pansica looks great throughout the entire issue. This one, there's some interesting stuff that kind of happens. So this is where Amanda Waller gets sworn into power with her task force, where she's given all sorts of power. She says, oh, this one brave soul gave his life to stop Beast Boy and all that other stuff. And obviously she's full of crap. She forced somebody to do it. And her plan is like, we're going to drone strike and kill all these people who have been infected. And everyone's just kind of questioning like, this doesn't seem like a good idea. You're invoking drone strikes on these people. Well, we have no choice right here. And even the people are like, this seems kind of sadistic. And the Titans are going to try and find ways to stop them because they got to save everyone. But if it gets to that, they're going to use Cyborg to deactivate all the drones, which will lead kind of more into Waller's plan to make the Titans look out to be more evil, if you will. So Raven's angry. She wants to invoke pure pain onto Amanda Waller. You can see her gemstone there, which is holding her other half, if you will, which we'll get to that in a second. So all that stuff's going on around the world. They go after Amanda Waller, if you will, and it's Nightwing versus Peacemaker at one point. He tries to convince her to stop this whole thing. She's obviously not going to do it. She's made up her mind. So Dick kicks the crap out of Peacemaker, which is pretty funny. And so he also tells Cyborg to take control of the drones and all that, because he's like, wait, you don't want to save these people? And she doesn't, because she's a cold-hearted, sadistic bitch. I hate Amanda Waller. Like, Amanda Waller is just one of the most easily dislikable characters I can think of, and my favorite part of this issue is actually her getting yeeted across the room by Raven, which we'll get to in a second. But yeah, so Waller wants to do this stuff, and so Dick calls into Cyborg to hack all the drones around the world that are going to do these instant kill strikes to stop that. And he brings up, hey, the Titans will not allow you to be a dictator or a god. And then she's like, well, look what the Titans just did. You just hijacked all these government stuff. You think that's going to go over well? So they're kind of like forced by hand into her trap, which I do think is pretty interesting. And she mentions, like, had she known you'd be reckless, I would have killed Garfield Logan a long time ago. That doesn't sit too well with Raven, who just yeets her across the room. And before Raven can do anything else, Dr. Hate comes in, revealing, well, herself to be Raven's soul self. That's right. Raven's other half has been Dr. Hate this entire time, which was a genuine surprise to me. I wouldn't have expected it to be Raven, but it also kind of raises some questions here too. Like, why do we need this character in the first place when you could have just had it just be Raven from the get-go for like a plot twist here? It kind of reminds me back when the Arkham Knight video game came out, and they're billing the Arkham Knight as this whole new interesting character. Like, who could it be? And everyone was kind of theorizing it was going to be Jason Todd. Like, no, it's not going to be that, because obviously you have Red Hood for that. Why would you need him to become the Arkham Knight when you already have Red Hood to be utilized for the stuff? Like, let's make the Arkham Knight an interesting new character, which the comics did do their own new version of it, which I was thankful for. They're kind of able to salvage it, which was better than what the actual game was. But yeah, so Arkham Knight, of course, was revealed to be Jason Todd, which is just the lamest of lame twists, because, like, what was the point? This character's already somebody else. Why make them like this character when you could have just made Arkham Knight an interesting thing? That's kind of the same way I feel about Dr. Hate here. On the one hand, like I said, it's a surprise to be Raven, but she didn't realize her soul self was missing, if you will, or evil half. We've already seen Raven face her evil self on numerous occasions since the start of Rebirth. And also, you just kind of wasted the potential of a Dr. Hate character by making it the evil half of Raven, if you will. What was the point of it? Just to kind of keep the Titans, like, thinking it's somebody else in disguise, but you hype this up as this new character, and it's just evil Raven. So, like I said, that's why I'm really mixed on it overall in terms of the reveal, because, again, it's kind of the same stuff. Like, every time, like, it's Raven, it's like, okay, we got to face off against Trigon. Here's her facing her evil half once again. And the reveal of Dr. Hate, well, a surprising one, which, like I said, there is like, you know, it's nice to be surprised every once in a while. Like, as you kind of let it settle in a little bit, it just feels kind of a waste of this character. Couldn't have been somebody else a little bit, instead of just making it somebody we've already seen before. So, like I said, there's some mixed emotions over that, but there is some interesting stuff at play here. Like I said, the stuff with Waller and Dick, if you will, and Waller saying, oh, look what the Titans just did. Like, that feels like a good villainous move from Waller to kind of make them look bad and make them kind of, you know, seen as like villains to the public and all that, and goes into her plan. That stuff I actually kind of like, because it puts like a state of conflict where they had no other choice but to enact on this situation so millions of people don't die. But at the same time, it's like, oh, so the Titans have all this power in that too. They're acting as their own government agency. It just makes them look more villainous in her eyes. So there is some interesting stuff at play here. The artwork is pretty good. So overall consensus, like I said, I am kind of mixed to positive on the issue. It's just, I think the reveal of Dr. Hate, while surprising, just kind of raises questions and kind of makes it just seems kind of pointless in hindsight to have this just be Raven, if you will. It feels like we kind of wasted the potential of this Dr. Hate character, and it's giving me Arkham Knight flashbacks. And while I enjoy Arkham Knight as a game, it's definitely the weakest of the Arkham series done by Rocksteady, without question, especially when it comes to the story front. So what did you think of Titans Beast World issue number 5? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? What do you think about the reveal of Raven being at the end? Do you feel like it's kind of stuff we've seen Raven before, battling her evil self once again? Or is this just something that was a nice little surprise that you're kind of into to see where things go? Because there are good positives. Like I said, Raven eating Amanda Waller across the room was pretty good. I wish Raven would have just ended her existence right there, and I wouldn't have been complaining. I mean, I get heroes aren't supposed to take lives, but come on, it's Amanda Waller. The less we see of her, the better. So, all things kidding, but yeah, so that is what it is. Post your comments down below. Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the channel for more content, the bell for notifications. What did you think of the issue? I'd be interested to discuss it with other people. I think we only have one issue left of Beast World. I haven't really been covering the tie-ins so much because it seems kind of redundant. I might as well just stick with this thing. So, yeah, I'll be curious to see how it all ends. Gar is still considered dead at this point, but I'm not going to buy that for a minute. If they actually had the guts to do something and actually leave the lasting stakes, then they'd keep him dead, or we'd have something. But a lot of these, like, Tom Taylor books, especially tend to wrap themselves up kind of easily with, like, no loose ends, which sometimes is kind of good, but at the other times it's like, what do we waste our time with some of the stuff for? So I hope they actually kind of keep Beast Boy dead in this event, but that's just me. I think, like I said, it would add some lasting consequences, but I know he's just going to find some way out of this thing. It's going to happen. I haven't read the next issue, obviously. I don't have any press stuff, but I have a hunch. So, but we'll see how it all ends. It's so far, like I said, there's been some good with Beast World. It's definitely better than Night Terrors was. So I'm going to keep my fingers crossed that it delivers a satisfying conclusion. But yep, that's all I have to say. As always, take care now. Bye-bye then, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out.